I'm Bart Isaac with ScrimmagePlay Magazine. We're here at Downtown Athletic for Prep Football Media Day. We're sitting down with the Fort Union Military Academy, the Blue Devils. This is a new group, a couple of guys that are back, but mostly a new group because that's, like you said, that's what you guys do at Fort Union. You bring in a new group each year. You guys kind of bring it together. To start off, these guys are going to go around the horn, talk a little bit about who they are, where they're from, and we'll start it off with Charles.
I'm Charles Clardy. I'm from Waldorf, Maryland. I play receiver and corner in our class of 2014.
Right.
I'm Sam Allen. I'm from Chesterfield, Virginia. I play quarterback and safety.
I'm Preston Durocher. I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I play quarterback.
My name is Mark Upptegraff. I play center and guard, class 2014.
My name is David Wilson from Fluvanna County, and I'm a linebacker.
Coach Hurlocker from Fort Union Military, first-year head coach.
All right, well, we'll kind of start off. Mark, you can probably speak to this as much as anybody. You guys had a very successful season last year.
Yes, sir.
You know, what is it that you can take from last year to kind of build on this year?
Last year, the reason we were, so good and had a successful season is because we worked hard. And now knowing what it takes to do that, I think it gives everybody a pretty good idea of what it's going to take to get that, same result this year.
One thing I've noticed is that the program is probably not going to change much, even though you've had a head coaching change. Everything is sort of the same. Has it been that way, or you've seen some new wrinkles already?
Actually, for the most part, everything stayed the same. Now that Coach Hurlocker is the new head coach, he's brought a little bit more of, excitement and energy to the team, which is always good and helps out in every way. So, Charles,
you're one of the other returners. Have you noticed that as well? There's sort of an extra energy this year?
Yes, sir. It's a lot more energy, a lot more up-tempo, fast-paced. So I like it.
Yeah. You guys have obviously you got a big replacement, and you got a couple of guys here who are vying to replace him in Christian Hagenberg. What was it about him that made him such a special player? Beyond the fact that he's a huge dude who can throw the ball 1,000 miles, if you ask anybody.
He was good. He could throw really hard, and he's accurate. So that's what made him.
Tell me a little bit about these guys. Obviously, it may be awkward to talk about them, but we're going to make you do it anyway. Just tell me about what do they kind of brought to the table.
They're smart. I didn't realize how fast they could get the plays down, and they're really accurate. So I like that.
Tell me, Sam, is it exciting to be sort of vying to take over that mantle and be involved in this program now that Christian has moved on?
Yeah, for sure. I left my old school, came here for an opportunity, in sports and everything. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge competing for the spot, and I look forward to it.
How has the competition been so far in the first week?
It's good. It's back and forth. He has had a couple injuries and stuff, but it's just back and forth pretty much.
Similar take on it? Did you feel like it's been sort of an interesting competition?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty hard for Coach Hurlocker to pick. It's just a really good competition, but it's going to get us better in the long run. So I'm happy to compete for it. But
and you guys got one other guy in the mix, is that right?
Yeah, Julius Purrier.
He's got who comes back a little bit. Does that give him an edge, or is it pretty wide open so far?
Well, we've got kind of a new offense going in. Just our run game's very similar, but we've really kind of revamped our passing game and the way we call formation. So, it's a little new to them, but they picked it up pretty well. We've only been at it for I don't even know how many days now. I forget how many. 7 days. 7 days.
But it feels like a lot more than.
Yeah, it feels like we've been in camp for a month. But
Charles weighed in over here too, man.
But they're picking it up. We had a scrimmage today. We made some mistakes, but we'll get past it. And the biggest thing is, any one of the guys, any one of the three could come in and start for us and help us win. So the biggest thing I said to him at the beginning of the season, we got to be unselfish. No matter who starts, who doesn't, you're all going to play a role. All three of you are going to contribute to this team and help us win. So that's the biggest thing.
When you look at, obviously, if you don't play quarterback or you end up splitting at quarterback, are they guys who will play in different positions as well?
Yeah, Sam, he plays safety. Julius plays, corner, plays wideout. He'll play some running back. So, Preston's probably the only guy that just all he does is play quarterback.
Is that Is that something you welcome, Sam, the chance to play in some other spots as well?
Well, my goal is to play quarterback. And that's why I've been playing my whole life, and I love that position. But I mean, I definitely like playing safety too, helping out the team any way I can, stuff like that.
And you're coming out of Myrtle Beach, is that right?
No, that's
You're coming out of Myrtle Beach.
Yes, sir.
That's some awfully good football that you guys are playing down there in South Carolina.
Yes, sir, but nothing compared to here.
Have you noticed an intensity change since you arrived at Fork Union?
I'm actually a returning cadet. I took a year off, so I was here my 8th and 9th grade year. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, it's home here, so, but it's definitely a little bit different down there. They work a little, it's less like, I don't know how to say it, it's more, we're more like, we work harder here because we're already on campus, so we're always in the weight room, we're always practicing, like everyone's there. It's not about like you not being there because you can't, you're there, so.
Sure. So there's an increased focus, if
Yes,
nothing
sir.
else.
Definitely.
Well, we got a local guy here coming out of Fluvanna County. You know, is
It's
it?
me.
Do you feel like you've got to kind of represent the local atmosphere there at Fork Union?
Well, we had a lot of the guys last year. Hack, he was a TJ Dudley, Dale. A lot of our starting high impact players were from Fluvanna, and I feel like they represented Fluvanna
Awfully well. Right?
Yeah. And I'm just trying to keep that mantle up, represent for good old Fluvanna County.
But when you look at the schedule, you guys get a chance to play some of the best from across the country when you're bringing in teams like Georgetown Prep. Is that something that's exciting for you?
Oh man, it's unreal.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped for just all the different offenses, all the new looks. Just hit some new people. You know?
Hit some new people. I like that. Charles, what is it about this team this year that's a little bit different than last year? How's kind of the atmosphere and chemistry coming together?
It's everyone. I feel like everyone's working harder this year.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the intensity is a little bit. It's more there this year. Everyone. I mean, we had a lot of good people last year. We had Hack, Cook, so everyone was, they were like, well, we got them, but now this year everyone's working hard because everyone wants to be that person or be that team that we were last year.
Yeah, you mentioned a guy that we didn't talk about yet. Malcolm Cook was just a tremendous player, big time impact. Who is kind of standing out already on defense that can make those kind of contributions?
Ray Sean, Torrance, he's one of our safeties. He plays running back too. So I can see a little bit of Cook in him.
Yeah, that's a high compliment, I would say. I mean, do you find that Ray Sean's a guy who maybe can make that kind of impact?
He's another guy that plays all over the place. He's a guy that's going to be a tailback for us. He's going to be a slot receiver. And he'll definitely be a safety back there. And there's some other guys that are mixing it up. The biggest thing is, we've got to get the most out of everybody we have on the field. We don't have a whole lot of depth, so everybody's got to participate. Everybody's got to roll, and everybody's got to know what to do, and everybody's got to bring something to the table.
Mark, tell me about the line. Have they kind of come together already, or do you feel like a lot of those guys are fitting into those spots pretty easily?
Yes, sir. The line's getting along great. I think if the line is kind of like family, you got to be just like, brother and brother on the line. You got to trust the guy to the left hand, the right of you. And right now our line is looking pretty good. We got some big guys on the line, and we're all working really hard. So it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Is it a different atmosphere for you when you've got three guys at quarterback rather than having one guy settled, or does it take some getting used to, or have you guys kind of found it seamlessly?
Honestly, snaps are the same to everybody. No, not really at all.
Yeah. When you look at the playmakers that you guys have been able to bring in, are there guys who look like game breakers already when you're kind of lining up? Does that make it more fun to block for those kind of guys?
Right now, everybody looks like, they could bring something to the table. And honestly, I don't care who I'm blocking for. And just like the other guys, we're going to play ball. And that's just how it is.
Well, to kind of wrap it up, we're going to just go around the horn a little bit. Tell me one thing about Fork Union football you're particularly excited about this year. And we'll start over here with Charles.
One thing I'm excited about this year. getting revenge on LCA.
That's what obviously, you know, one of the only teams that was able to knock you guys off last year, Liberty Christian. You're really relishing that chance to get another shot at it.
Yes, I do.
All right, Steve.
For me, is to be honest, is a fresh start for me. Just starting all over for me.
Go ahead.
Just another shot at it, just being back again, being back for the games. I'm really excited for the chance we get to play under the lights because I'm used to that now, but just get to travel and play some really great teams around here. So,
Mark?
I'm pretty excited about the competition this year. You know, we play some pretty good teams on our schedule, and I'm just excited to see how we, you know, play against them and how everything comes up.
I was gonna say revenge on LCA.
That's okay to give the same answer.
To give a different answer, I think I'm actually honestly a little bit excited about a new head coach, Hurlocker. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. You know, maybe I don't have to run tonight.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We really appreciate it, and good luck this year.
Thank you.